Hi, everyone, it's Mitsukoya. I'm here to bring you a new video. I think I'm getting better at writing, and putting details in the story. I enjoyed writing this one. Please enjoy. It was a quiet day in the bookstore that Akaashi was working in. It was right by his university. He devoted his time to learning the craft of writing to become a successful author. He likes the quiet, he likes to read, and he likes to keep a balanced life. On this particular day, something happened that completely altered his perspective on life and had a significant impact on his life moving forward. As the person entered the bookstore, he immediately recognized him as a well-known college athlete. Magazines featuring him on the cover were prominently displayed throughout the bookstore. As he approached Akaashi, the striking distinction between them became evident. Despite not having exchanged a single word, their differences were unmistakable. He spoke in a loud, boisterous manner, which wasn't Akaashi's preferred style of communication. However, despite this, there was something about his demeanor that piqued Akaashi's interest. Maybe Akaashi was craving a change of environment? Hey, so I have an assignment on The Great Gatsby. Where can I find that? Akaashi struggled to speak, feeling flustered by this person's presence. Despite his nerves, he couldn't help but be fascinated. Oh, it's Are you okay? Yeah, sorry, it's just, you're the 𝓸𝓹𝓮𝓷. Oh yeah, I'm not used to being famous as people say. He curled his index and middle fingers to form quotation marks in the air. Since you know me, what's your name? I'm Keiji Akaashi, the manager of this bookstore. Nice to meet you, Keiji. Since you are the manager, you must know where the book is. Oh right, I'm so sorry, it's not like me to get distracted. Did I manage to distract you? Does that mean I'm memorable? Akaashi smiled. He felt a way he never did before. Of course you are, you're bokudo. But am I memorable to you? Not as 𝓸𝓹𝓮𝓷, but as your favorite distraction? Akaashi felt a surge of surprise, his thoughts swirling as he grappled with finding the appropriate words. He could sense the warmth creeping up his cheeks as he carefully guided bokudo in a different direction, unsure of his next course of action. He couldn't help but feel a tinge of embarrassment for entertaining the idea that someone like bokudo could have an interest in someone like himself. Here's the book. Between us, you're not a distraction, more like a magnet. Akaashi walked away, trying to comprehend what he just said. Did he just make a move on 𝓸𝓹𝓮𝓷? Did he like bokudo? Yes, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't like a 6-foot, athletic, handsome man like bokudo? His electrifying personality speaks for itself. Oh, and did he mention handsome? He kept peeking his head from the front desk looking to see where bokudo had gone or if bokudo was looking at him too. Bokudo walked back to the front desk, smiling. He came with 3 books. Is that all for today? Yes, I give this bookstore a 5/5 stars. The manager helped me a lot. There goes that feeling. Akaashi blushed. Bokudo noticed, and he smiled. His smile was so, words couldn't even describe it. It was so pleasing. I'll be back. I hope you're still attracted to me. Probably will be. Bokudo walked out. He looked back at Akaashi before walking out. Akaashi thought this wasn't real. Bokudo is famous. Akaashi is just a bookstore clerk. Everything is different about them. Their interests, hobbies, and lives in general. They're from 2 completely different worlds. It was 30 minutes after closing, 9:30. Akaashi was just restocking some books and cleaning up. Akaashi felt the urge to write. He quickly hurried cleaning and restocking and locked up. He ran to his apartment. Akaashi's apartment was about a 15-minute walk from his job and his school. It felt pretty convenient. Once he arrived at his studio apartment, he instantly fell onto his bed and opened his laptop. Bokudo wasn't a distraction, more like a muse. Akaashi spent most of the night writing. He's never written so much in a short amount of time. He didn't have classes on the weekend. He was in luck. It was a Friday night. Once Akaashi felt tired, he just laid on his bed, wondering what bokudo did to him. It was 3 a.m., and he decided before going to sleep, why not stalk him? He's famous and easy to stalk, Akaashi thought to himself. Akaashi noticed a follow back from bokudo. He was so dumbfounded, he didn't know what that meant. Did bokudo feel what Akaashi felt? He immediately started smiling and giggling. It was time for Akaashi to go to sleep. He still had work. Akaashi woke up at 7 a.m. and prepared himself some coffee. He had to go to work at 10 a.m., but he had an impulse to annotate The Great Gatsby. He wanted to give it to bokudo, so that's what he did. He already read this book so many times he didn't even have to reread it. He knew exactly where to highlight and write. On a random page of the book, Akaashi wrote his number. He wanted to know if Bakuto actually would take some time out of his day to read Akaashi's thoughts. Once he finished, it was almost 10, so he started to get ready. He packed his everyday tote bag with the book, his keys, his laptop, and some apple slices. He headed out with his AirPods in his ear. He entered the bookstore and was greeted by one of his friends who worked with him. He was a year younger than Akaashi. "Good morning, Akaashi." "Hey Tadashi, good morning. Has it been busy?" "No, just a few customers." "Why don't you take a break? I got it from here." "Really? Thank you, Akaashi. I'll be back." "Take your time. You're the best." Yamaguchi grabbed his stuff from behind the desk and walked out waving to Akaashi. Akaashi settled in, taking out his laptop and continuing his groove from last night. Akaashi thought, "This could be a bestseller. Who am I kidding? I doubt it." "What you writing?" Akaashi was so focused on writing he didn't even notice Bakuto walked in. Akaashi closed his laptop. "Bakuto, I didn't even realize you came in. I'm sorry." "Why are you apologizing?" "Sorry, I just tend to spiral." "Go ahead, I like hearing you talk. So what were you writing about?" "It's nothing really." "Then can I read it?" "No," Akaashi said loudly. "Sorry, I didn't mean to raise my voice. This is a bookstore. Keep it down," Bakuto said jokingly. Akaashi smiled. Bakuto can light up the room so quickly. He's just one of those people. "Actually, I have something for you. I know you already read it, but here are some of my thoughts on The Great Gatsby." Akaashi grabbed the book from his tote bag and held it out for Bakuto to grab. "Great minds think alike. I brought you my opinions on it." He handed Akaashi his version, and slowly they exchanged books. Bakuto caressed Akaashi's hand for a quick moment in the process. Bakuto started to stutter, trying to say something to Akaashi. "So, what time is your lunch break?" "Around 3. Why, Bakuto? I want to take you out to lunch. My treat." There were a couple of customers in the store, and they all heard Bakuto's loud proposal. They all shifted their heads. Some looked shocked after realizing who Bakuto was. "Bakuto, please quiet down. People are staring." "But Akaashi, that doesn't matter. Can I please take you out to lunch?" This time he said it softer, taking what Akaashi said into consideration. "Bakuto, people are still staring." Akaashi doesn't like to be the center of attention, and right now he was. He started feeling super uneasy. The staring, Bakuto, everything was spinning. People stopped looking at them after a couple of seconds. "I'm sorry, Akaashi. Do I take this as a no?" No, Bakuto. I'd be delighted to have lunch with you. Can I wait for you?" "What are you gonna do for 5 hours? You're gonna get bored." "Read? Maybe talk to you?" Those subtle little comments were starting to get to Akaashi. Did Bakuto say them on purpose, or did he just say them to joke around? "If that's really what you want." "It is. I really appreciate you, Akaashi. Can I sit with you?" Akaashi hated bending the rules. He was a goody to shoes, but Bakuto felt special to him, so this once he broke a rule. "Yeah, don't worry. Can I please see what you are writing?" Bakuto crossed over to where Akaashi was sitting. "It's not done. It just randomly came to me last night." Akaashi wanted to desperately change the subject. "Bakuto, what do you like to do? What are some of your hobbies? I want to get to know you." "I like everything. I like being out, playing sports, my classes, partying, a little bit of everything." "What about you, Akaashi?" "We are slightly different." That was an understatement. They were extremely different. "I enjoy walking through a nice park, looking at the stars at night, writing, working here, and just living in peace." "Where do you look at the stars from?" "My fire escape. It's not much, but it's beautiful." "It must be." Bakuto stared deeply at Akaashi. Akaashi turned to him. They locked eyes. Bakuto's eyes were so big and bright. His awkward smile was even more handsome than his other smile. "Bakuto. Would you like to hang out tomorrow? I don't work." "Are you asking me on a date, Keiji?" "No, never mind." Bakuto grabbed Akaashi's hands that were at his side and held them. "I would love to go on a date with you." "It's not a date, Bakuto." "Fine, I would love to hang out with you." Akaashi turned red. Bakuto is making him fall in love. They've known each other for a day. Is this too quick? Akaashi doesn't like rushing anything. He felt like he was rushing this, whatever this was. As they were holding hands and gazing into each other's eyes, Yamaguchi returned. "Oh, am I interrupting?" They let go of each other quickly out of embarrassment. "Aren't you Bakuto?" No. Akaashi laughed quietly with his hand covering his mouth. "Are you both dating? You've kept this from me, Akaashi." "We're just friends. Please Tadashi, believe me." Bakuto's grin shrunk once Akaashi said they were just friends. It was way too quick for them to be anything else. "Then why is he here? This is weird." "We're going out to lunch." "Oh my god. As friends, Tadashi. Whatever helps you sleep at night." "Yamaguchi, tell me, how long have you worked here, and known Keiji?" "Keiji? Akaashi reserves the use of his first name, Keiji, for only a few people. While he allows Yamaguchi to call him by his given name, Yamaguchi chooses to respectfully refer to him as Akaashi instead. I began this job this year as it's my first year at university. However, I've known Akaashi since middle school. What was he like? Honestly the same, maybe even quieter. A mini Akaashi. How adorable. Akaashi blushed. Each minute went by and a new compliment came from Bakuto. It was finally Akaashi's lunch break. I got it from here, plus Tsuki's is on the way. Tsuki? As in Tsukishima? Yeah, that's my boyfriend. I'm training him. I like that kid. I want him on my team. Yeah, he's told me. Tell him I say hello. Bye Tadashi, call me if anything happens. Nothing is going to happen, you worry ward. Bakuto and Akaashi walked out. Bakuto is wearing Akaashi's tote. Akaashi can't stop smiling or laughing at Bakuto's silly jokes. Unable to settle on a restaurant, they opted for a nearby food festival instead. They ended up deciding on 2 bentos and walked to a nearby park. They sat under the shade of a tree, took out their food, and calmly ate. Thank you for paying. You're so sweet. Don't worry Akaashi, what are you doing later? After work, I'll probably head home and get some writing done. How about you, Bo? Bakuto's face lit up with a wide grin when Akaashi addressed him as Bo. Me and my team have to go to this press conference thing. I'd rather spend my time looking at stars with you. This still felt too quick. Akaashi loved this, no doubt. Still, this is way too quick. I don't even have your number, Bo. Can I get your phone? Akaashi unlocked and handed his phone to Bakuto. Bakuto saved his number under the contact. Bo heart with ribbon. Bakuto brought out his phone and passed it to Akaashi. Can I get your number Akaashi? Of course Bo. Akaashi put in his number and saved it to Akaashi. Bakuto saw how plain it was and added multiple hearts. Bakuto, this is quick? I know I'm sorry, I just don't know. I want to be with you all the time. You did something to me, didn't you? They both laughed. You came into my bookstore. You did something to me. The intense chemistry between them felt almost mythical, despite having just met. My favorite bookstore manager. My favorite distraction. Although Akaashi initially thought Bakuto might be a distraction, he realized that Bakuto was the person who inspired him to write again. I didn't think we would spend this much time together. Me neither. I just feel like I can be myself around you. You can. I won't judge. Do you feel yourself around me? I do. I feel ways I've never felt before. When I'm with you I feel more lively. My world has always been black and white. You added colors to it. Keiji. Oh, Keiji, marry me. Another day, Bo. I think I should start heading back. Thank you for lunch, and your company. I'll see you tomorrow? Yes, and the day after that, and the day after that. Akaashi laughed. Bakuto got up and held his hand out for Akaashi. Akaashi grabbed Bakuto's hand and Bakuto pulled Akaashi into him. Can I walk you back? Of course, Bo. Bakuto wanted to walk Akaashi back safely, but deep down he wanted to stay with Akaashi as long as he could. What's the press conference about? Random questions I think. For our match next week. Do you want to go? I could get you and Yamaguchi tickets. If you're offering I'll gladly go. I would like to see if you're as good as they say. Get ready. I'm pretty much the best on my team. I'm sure you are. They arrived at the bookstore. What time is your conference? 9. You should watch it. I will. I'll text you later. See you tomorrow Bo. I'm looking forward to it Kashi. As Akaashi entered the store, he noticed Bakuto still standing outside, beaming with his bright, cheerful smile. Did I miss something? Right. Oh hi K. Hey Akaashi, so are you two going out? No, we're just friends. I've never seen Bakuto so happy. Really? Akaashi, it's been ages since I've seen you head over heels and with somebody famous. Oh, Akaashi you're one lucky person. Do you love me? Oh shush. Akaashi relaxes back to where he was sitting before leaving, while Yamaguchi and Tsukishima stock some books together. Yamaguchi walks back to the desk to talk to Akaashi. Akaashi? Yes Tadashi? I'm truly happy for you. Even if you're just friends I can tell how comfortable you are with him. But still be careful, I don't want to see you hurt either. You're too thoughtful, thank you Tadashi. Tadashi, can you grab more it ends with us from the back? Sure thing Tsuki. Yamaguchi makes his way to the back room of the bookstore. Emerging moments later carrying 2 boxes, he and Tsukishima then resumed restocking the shelves, conversing as they worked. Tadashi, are you doing overtime? Yamaguchi sticks his head out from behind the bookshelf. Oh yes sorry I forgot to mention it, I wanted to stay with Tsuki. He turns to Tsukishima. Tadashi, you don't have to. You can go home and rest. But I've barely seen you this entire week. I know Tadashi, I'm sorry training has been tough. What if we go out after work? That'd be so fun. Akaashi hired Tsuki out of his affection towards Tadashi, who he viewed as a younger brother. Witnessing the genuine care and affection between the two brought Akaashi immense joy, for Tadashi's happiness was Akashi's own. Tsukishima does the same thing as Yamaguchi did and stuck his head out to see Akaashi at the desk. Yes, Akaashi? Why don't you both just leave early? I can take care of things. Are you sure, Akaashi? Yamaguchi followed Tsukishima. Akaashi, we can stay, don't worry. No, please, go ahead. Have fun. Thanks, Akaashi. Thank you, Akaashi, this is very kind. They both grab their stuff and walk out. It's now about 8 and 1 hour before closing. Akaashi is just sitting there, alone. He started to clean. He wanted to lock up at 9. It was finally 9 and Akaashi did his nightly duties and locked up. He was walking home. The quiet streets felt lonelier than usual, reminding Akaashi of the person he missed most. Akaashi finally got home. He took off his shoes, took out his laptop, threw down his tote bag, and sat on his couch opening his laptop. He wanted to see the press conference live. He searched for it and found it. It wasn't really interesting to Akaashi. He took his laptop to the kitchen and prepared himself some dinner. While he was cooking, he heard one of the reporters ask a question to Bakudo. That instantly made him turn his head. Mr. Bakudo, are you currently in a relationship? Rumors on social media suggest you may be dating someone. Is there any truth to these speculations? Care to provide any comments or clarification? There is a special somebody. We just met, but he's very special. He? That's all I'm answering. Thank you for the question. Please, if possible, can you ask more questions related to the upcoming match? Oh my god. Akaashi was so stunned. He ended up burning himself by being distracted. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is just part 1. It'll probably be a 4-part long series. I won't post until next week, but I will post 2 videos, part 2 and a new story. Please like and subscribe. Comment with some suggestions. I read every comment. Have the best week. I love you all.